Hey, Greg and Chris here with Alpha Power Pro. Today we're going to go over 5 foam rolling and myofascial release exercises you can do to stay healthy as a soccer player. Why do we do foam rolling? We do foam rolling, it's called myofascial release. It releases tension, it releases all that fascial tissue, whatever you're hitting, becomes released, and when it's released, you can actually work your body the way it wants to, rather than having your body fight, always to hold itself in that position like it's hurt. So it releases so you can actually perform a little bit better. So we're going to go over some basic exercises today that are phenomenal for soccer players and the typical problems that they have. So we're going to start with a foam rolling calf roll. So Chris will get down. He's going to mash into the foam roller. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to find hot spots or sore spots, find them, and then just continue to roll over and over on those spots. Because if you do it long enough, what's going to end up happening is you're going to release that tension. And it's actually going to stop hurting, which is the key to this. You want to continue to do it until those areas that are tender release. Now next would be the quadricep. With the same foam roller, Chris is going to lay across.
So we want to start on this one. We're going to start nice and high in the hip. In our quad, or front of our thigh, we have 4 main muscles that run through. So again, just like the calf, we're not straight up and down. We want to kind of hit all through there. So if you'll see me, I'm kind of tilting back and forth. So it may not be right in the front. It may be maybe off to the side a little bit, or maybe more in the inner leg, inner thigh area, where you might find.
There's no wrong way.
Yep.
What you're trying to do though is find the spots that are tightest or the sorest, and just continue to roll over it and breathe. You know, big part of stretching or any flexibility is that you're breathing in rhythm as well. So next would be the iliotibial band, or the outside of the quad.
So this one you want to think down the seam of the shorts, right down the side. And your IT band is actually fascia, so it's not an actual muscle, but it connects, and it's super, super tough, and it's going to connect your thigh, your quad, and your hamstring. So those are 2 huge muscles of the leg, and you're going to hit kind of the outside of that quad, and you'll kind of find spots, and more than likely this is going to be very, very tight. If you get a lot of outer knee pain or hip pain, or kind of, that piriformis area, maybe some tightness in here. So kind of search around, find that spot, and when you do, again, just try to relax and breathe and just hold it. And then if you really want to take it the next step, you can kind of curl that leg in, take the muscle through range of motion, and just slowly extend it. You never want to try to fight. You never want to try to be tight here. You want to be lax and loose. Just let that muscle kind of relax and it break apart is the goal.
And next would be the hamstring. So same foam roller.
So on the hamstring, back of our thigh here, we have 2 main muscles in that hamstring, and it connects all the way up behind our glute. So we really got to start nice and high. What I actually like to do on this one is sit up on like an incline so I can kind of extend the leg. But you want to kind of think, just like everything else, you want to go outside and kind of hit the outer part of this, and then the inside. And if you find a spot, you just kind of flex the toes in and out, because remember, a hamstring mainly doesn't bend our knee. It more extends our leg. So you want to, maybe do some ankles. You can maybe back and forth, dig deep in the head of that muscle all the way back to the back of the knee where it connects in, and just slowly, slowly work your way down. And again, if you find a spot, maybe a little muscle twitch in the side like I'm getting now, but you just gotta relax. But that muscle will try to, because it's fighting. It's trying to keep what it's doing because it's tight. Eventually it'll just give up and then break apart.
TFL and the hip flexors are super tight on almost all of them.
So a lot of the athletes, and in general, this is kind of a general pop, is tight. So we have our outer hip muscles here that really contribute to almost everything we do. We think about squatting, we want our knees out. That's going to contribute to that. Or when we're running, we want our knees out. We always talk about knee over toe versus in here. If this thing is tight, it's going to crank that knee into that inner, that valgus position. So you have a muscle nice and high up here. It's little, it's small, but it's right about here. It's kind of the top of the pocket. And it's always typically very tight, like a wound drum. You can kind of get it with a foam roller, but I like to get it with like a lacrosse ball or a baseball, kind of a smaller surface area piece of equipment. And what you'll do is you'll kind of find that spot, and then once you find it, most likely you'll know if it's tight. And then you just kind of sink down in it and you try to relax. And then if you can, you kind of bring that knee up, and then you kind of go back into it and just kind of search around. And then you can go there, and then you kind of go down the belt line. And these muscles here, all in the back, are going to be typically pretty tight too. So you can kind of roll around. You'll find your glute medius in there, a couple of your abductor muscles out there that are typically pretty tight. And a lot of this too will also contribute to that lower back pain, that sciatic pain. If you guys want to learn more and you want to get more foam rolling techniques, follow us on alphapowerpro.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out, guys. Thank you.